Trade alert out in Florham Park. The New York Jets have officially acquired former Tennessee Titans cornerback Jarvis Brownlee Jr., a trade that comes out of nowhere. Brownlee Jr. and a seventh-round pick goes to the Jets, and a sixth-round pick goes to the Titans. We will break it all down, but before we do so, welcome back, everybody, to the Turn Up the Jets YouTube channel. As always, Joe Skirto, your host. Please subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Liked the video if you've actually liked it. And you could also follow me on social media platforms such as on X and on Instagram. So a random Tuesday out of the blue, the Jets go and add a cornerback in Jarvis Brownlee Jr., second-year man out of Louisville. He was a fifth-round pick in 2024's NFL draft. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a Brownlee Jr. expert simply because I'm not. But looking through social media, from beat reporters and Titan content creators, they are outraged. They are shocked. They don't know how Brownlee Jr. only accounted for just a sixth-round pick. It was basically a pick swap in Brownlee Jr., and that was it. This was a guy over the last 2 years who has been a legitimate starting cornerback for the Titans in already a weak room. And by the way, the Titans are 0-3 fighting for their lives as the Jets are. Also 0-3 fighting for their lives as they head in to Monday night's showdown, really, against the Miami Dolphins. So they were discouraged, and it seems like, what I know, he's a really good run stuffer. Really good. And usually as a corner, you don't think that, but he's really good against the run. He's really good at blowing up screens. He's very physical, and he is a good, pass defender. But the thing is, and the flack that he gets is his physicality sometimes doesn't bode well for him because it draws X amount of penalties. And right, you think as a Jets fan, that's all we need. Another guy who is undisciplined and draws penalties. But this seems like a guy that was really well liked by the fan base. So that's what they're thinking now. Why did the Titans, with a new regime, just trade him away? It could be maybe inside the locker room, which things might have not been pretty. I have no idea. Maybe he's not getting along with the staff, the players, or something, because Titans fans just don't simply know the answer. And that seems like the only really reasoning why they would think this would happen, but there's no recollection and there's no evidence that this is why it happened. So Brownlee Jr. is going to the Jets in a room that really has been underperforming massively. Going into the year, really liked it. You locked up Sauce Gardner. I know Brandon Stevens. We all knew that. We had no idea what to expect. He had his issues in Baltimore. We all think that maybe Aaron Glenn, Steve Wilkes, really two great defensive minds are going to fix things up. That has not been the case. He has been an issue in the pass game. He did pretty well in terms of tackling last week, probably the only guy because the Jets couldn't tackle anybody. But other than that, Brandon Stevens has been a massive disappointment. This is a guy who got $30 million. So that's just an outrage. A.Z. Thomas, rookie out of Florida State. We finally saw him for a little bit last week, and I thought he impressed in the little reps. Quantez Stiggers has really just been a special teams guy. And then Michael Carter II, a nickel, he got paid last year. He's been struggling. So Sauce has been inconsistent. Stevens has been terrible. And Carter has been inconsistent and struggling as well. So it makes sense that you add a guy like Brownlee Jr., but I don't think it's just Brownlee Jr. is just going to come in and maybe get 10 to 15 plays. No, I think something drastic is coming. I could be wrong. I could see maybe Stevens pushing to safety. Maybe they push him to safety. Tony Adams has been battling injuries. Do they not want to rely on a rookie safety, Malachi Moore, right away to get all the reps? Maybe they push Stevens to safety. Do you fade out Carter II a little bit in the nickel position because Brownlee Jr. also could play the nickel position? So I do think that this is something to follow. Brownlee did not play last week, though, with an ankle injury. He was seen wearing a walking boot going into their game against the Colts, and then suddenly he was traded. But injuries have not been an issue for him. I believe that was like one of the first games that he missed. So this is a guy who's a starter, and I'm not saying he's going to change everything, and I am worried about the penalties, but I do like the physicality. I saw some highlights of him blowing up screen passes. Guess what? Sterling Shepard's screen pass got them into field goal range. You got the Buccaneers into field goal range and won them the football game. So you need somebody who can come out from the outside to make plays and make tackles. And he looks like he can tackle. The Jets need that. So I expect that Brownlee Jr. is going to have an impact for the rest of the year for the Jets. I don't know where. I don't know if he's going to be besides Sauce at number 2. I don't know if he's going to get reps at nickel. He might get reps at both. Again, Stevens might be getting reps at safety. I think there's going to be a shakeup, as there should, because the Jets defense, as I mentioned, has been horrendous. So not a bad move from Muji. You know, we already know he's not afraid to do these pick swaps. Like every trade has seemed like the same so far with Briggs, with Harrison Phillips, and now with Jarvis Brownlee Jr. Like they've all been basically the same of them receiving a player, but they're also getting a pick swap. Like the sevens and six just keep on switching up. And I think these are low risk, high reward type moves, especially for a defense who's massively underperformed and you're 0-3 and you're essentially in a must-win game at the end of September to basically save your season so we don't have to hear about people making mock drafts in the first week of October when you're 0-4 heading against the Dallas Cowboys at MetLife Stadium. So I don't know if Brownlee will even play this week because the ankle. Was it as serious as we thought it was? Was it more of a both sides kind of knew that this was trending downward and he was already going to be traded the next week? I have no idea. I do know the New England Patriots were all in on him too with Mike Vrabel, even though Vrabel technically did not coach Brownlee, but they were in on him as well. And essentially the Jets were able to outbid for him. But I just think it's very interesting. It's intriguing to see how the Titans fans and their beat have really reacted to this in shock and just in disbelief and don't understand it at all, because this doesn't seem like this is just a third, fourth string guy. This was a legitimate starting corner for the Tennessee Titans. But yeah, I think we'll see some shakeup. I think we'll probably find out more as the week trends and as we build up to the Monday night game. Again, I don't see him playing this week. It's short notice. He was battling an ankle injury, unless it was just like one of those phantom ankle injuries that, you know, he already knew he was done with the Titans. He wanted to be traded. We'll find out for sure, but I appreciate everybody watching the video. Jarvis Brownlee Jr. is a New York Jet. Please subscribe to the channel if you've not already liked the video, if you've actually liked it. And you could also follow me on social media platforms such as on X and on Instagram. We will continue to post New York Jets weekly content. The preview of the Miami Dolphins game will probably most likely be Monday. And I'm sorry, will be Friday. And with the game being Monday, the recap will be Tuesday. Be on the lookout. Until next time, see ya.